everyone, it's Vindoom and welcome to another video. Today I am going to be drawing some Star Wars fan art and talking about how drawing for yourself, I think, is the most important part of really cultivating your own artistic voice and a sense of motivation towards really drawing a lot, which is, of course, one of the main secrets to getting better at art, is drawing a lot and drawing consistently. And that's why I chose to do a piece of Star Wars fan art, because that is actually one of the things that I find easiest and the most fun for me to draw. And as well, I'm challenging myself by doing a pretty big background that you can see me thumbnailing out right here. And as I'm going into sketching out the final piece, I am adding even more details. I lost a lot of footage right there, which is why it skips to this part, but it's fine. This is already a really long video, so we didn't need it. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is basically, what does drawing for yourself mean? I think that it means drawing what you want, not letting others' expectations tell you what you should make with your art. That can be basically the people around you. Do they think that you should be drawing only original, traditional art while you want to be doing some digital fan art? You should be doing digital fan art then. When you're just drawing in the mediums and styles and types of art that other people want or expect of you, it's likely going to lead to burnout and the lack of inspiration. And even if you get really good at art that way, I think it's not really a sustainable way of working. And anyone with an audience probably knows the pressures of wanting to draw what their audience wants. When I first started getting some attention online for my art, which was usually fan art, I would tend to find myself becoming really pressured and stressed to continue producing the same kind of art, even when I didn't really feel like it. Or maybe people would be like, oh, I think you should do more art of this, or I think people need to be doing more art of this, and I'd feel really pressured to do that. But I didn't want to. I wanted to draw other things, but because of this pressure, I would just stop drawing at all. I began to realize that generally portions of me producing a lot of art that I really liked and gaining an audience for that, afterwards, when I didn't want to draw that anymore, I would just stop drawing entirely because I couldn't produce what people wanted, so I just did not produce at all. I think that drawing for yourself means being finicky and spontaneous and not consistent, because that's how people are. You're not always going to be wanting to do the same things, but I think that when you are doing the art, it's always yours, and there will be people who are just interested in you and your art, and that's why you should embrace just doing what you really feel like you want to do, because there are people who will resonate with that, even as you are changing styles, changing mediums, and deciding what you want to do, and sticking with some stuff again and again and again that might seem a little bit boring in your mind, but is actually what some people want to see. You're going to have consistency in some things, and you're going to have a lot of non-consistency in other things. But I think that that is good. and I think that is going to help lead to growth for you. I also wanted to talk about being your own fan. They say that you're your worst critic, and I think that's very true. And I also think that you can also be your biggest fan, and I think that's incredibly powerful and important. And I think the first step is drawing what you want and drawing for you. And I think when you start doing that, that's when you are really going to become excited about your art, because your art is what you choose to draw. It's all yours. Like, if you want to draw this fan art of this thing happening, like here, I'm just drawing Finn and Ray working in a little cafe, and Poe Dameron is the boy of the month with his picture on the wall, and that's what I want to see. And it's exciting to me that I get to create it and I can just do it. Like, here I am, just doing it myself. I don't have to commission anyone. I can just do it, and that's what's very exciting to me. And I don't have to think about the pressure of, oh, maybe I shouldn't do too much fan art, because I'm choosing to just really do what I want to do. And that's what this is. This is what I want to do. And that really brings a sense of excitement. And so that's why I think it's so important to just draw what you want, because through that you can become such a big fan of your art. Because more than technique, more than, quote, talent or any of that stuff, concept is what can drive a piece. And so you should be focusing on that, if that makes any sense at all. That you get to drive the concept, and you get to choose the concept, and then you get to put the concept on a sheet of paper, and you don't have to ask for permission, and you don't have to do anything or ask anyone. You can just do it. You really do have that power. And when you really get that excitement, I think that is one of the biggest motivating factors you can find in art, to have it be that you want to get better so that you can make even more concepts into finished pieces. Like in this piece right here, I'm really challenging myself with this background. I have never done anything this detailed, and it still isn't even that detailed, so I'm gonna keep challenging myself so I can do something even bigger, even better, because I have even bigger, even better concepts. But even just this coffee shop scene is definitely something that I have worked to so that I could do this. You know, I could just make a sweet little coffee shop scene, and that's what I wanted to be able to do, to put these concepts onto paper. And so I had to work for it, and the work was so much more motivating, and is so much more motivating, because I still have so much that I can grow, and I feel very motivated to do it because I have all these concepts and ideas that I want to bring into reality. And basically that's what I'm saying. That drawing for yourself gives you this motivation. It gives you this drive, because it's basically a self-serving motivation. You're not trying to get better for an audience that is very hard to get, and sometimes getting better will not get you it. You're not trying to get better to impress anyone who might just end up not being impressed. It's a fully controllable situation for your art to be in, which is I want to be better so that I can make these concepts into a reality, because these concepts are what I want fully and exclusively. I'm the one who wants them, and if I am gonna get them, I just have to do this. And you can know that there will be the satisfaction because, you know, you've done it before. You've done it with learning how to draw people holding hands so that you can draw your OTP holding hands, because you wanted to see that and you knew you could make it happen if you did that. And me here, I wanted to be able to draw scenes like this with characters interacting in a space. And so I have practiced for a long time into being able to do something like this piece right here. And at the end of the day, you know, makes me really happy. And I worked on figuring out the right balances to do a wash like I do, so that I can have a uniform mood over the piece, which is something that I really want for these type of pictures, so I can look at it and feel that satisfaction. It doesn't matter if this video does well or if a lot of people see this picture. I mean, obviously I would like that, but ultimately I'm excited to hang this up in my kitchen, which is where I think I'm gonna hang it up. I'm excited to have this piece, maybe to sell it even as an original or somebody else wants it. I don't know, but just being able to look at it, that's what I wanted, and that's what I got. Okay, now I just want to talk about the piece before I give some kind of tips of what I've done to facilitate this way of thinking. As you can see, I got some blue of the Winsor Newton watercolors, this Russian blue, which I was pretty excited about, to have some of this not chalky blue, because the Koi watercolor ones, the bottom 2 rows of this set that I have are actually all pretty chalky and not very good. As you can see, I did use the brown a bit, and you can really see on the front of the counter how chalky it ended up being. So I think I'm gonna have to get a nice brown soon. And I'm shading with a warm pink this time to keep the warm mood of the drawing. And I'm using the same paper as I did last time, the Canson XL watercolor. I'm almost out, so I'm gonna have to get some more soon. And I didn't use any references, which wasn't very smart of me. I work at a cafe, so I kind of just was using my memory banks to kind of remember how everything is laid out in these places and how the espresso machine and the coffee maker should look. When I got to work the next day after I sketched this all out and started painting it, I saw that I got a lot of things very wrong, but it's fine. This is why you should use reference. I just don't like using reference, and I usually just think it's fine anyway, but don't listen to me. You should use reference. It will also help you a lot with your improvement. And I am just a fool in this regard. I chose to do a drawing of Finn and Rey because I really love their relationship. I'm very excited to see them together again in The Rise of Skywalker. I'm just really excited, and I think that it would be really cute to see them in a modern setting, just working in a cafe, getting to hijinks. I mean, of course, I imagine that there's probably like a First Order cafe right across the street, and they're always fighting with each other. And Kylo has defected over to there, and yeah, these are just fun little ideas that I have in my head all the time. painting all these little details pretty much killed me. I'm very much not used to it. Like I said in the last video with the little scene in the window, this is not something that I usually do. But I'm very excited to be challenging myself with it. And here we are going to line art again with that Micron 05, which I can't stand. I think it turned out it didn't turn out very good. I need to go get something else to line with. I just don't have anything else right now. And obviously I did go to the art store because I got that watercolor, and I guess I just keep thinking I'm gonna find something else. But I actually recently did a big purge of my art supplies, so it makes sense that I don't have any anymore. Just the basics, and I think I probably just didn't have anything that I liked lining with then either. I'd been doing some more experimental line art, but I'm kind of just coming back around to black lines. I really like it. And then I was using a Pilot G2 a lot because I liked how thick and juicy those lines were, but I lost those because I actually bring them to work with me and I lose things very easily. So I should pick up a new set of those for only art use and not for work use. And hopefully we will get some better lines on this channel soon and no more of these wonky lines that I have a really hard time keeping consistent or straight. It has taken a long time for me to become somebody who is very comfortable just drawing for myself. I really do have a hard time drawing what other people want me to if it doesn't line up with what I want, and I'm still working at just pushing through and drawing what I want, even in the face of those signs. But I am pretty proud of the fact that I do draw for myself mainly. So I just wanted to give some ways that I have really grown this thought process inside, which is one, take social media breaks when it comes to your art. Draw in your own spare time and don't post it. Keep a sketchbook that is just for you. You don't have to share every single piece. It can be hard, especially if it's a piece that you like, because you want to get that outside validation. But sometimes just enjoying it for you, looking at it regularly, that's another way. Just look at your art regularly. Don't be afraid of it, because sometimes it's just when you only see your art every now and again that it turns into something that you don't like and you see the problems in it too much. Really familiarize yourself with your art. Another thing is sometimes just draw the most embarrassing thing that you want to. Just do it. That stupid piece of fan art, that stupid still life, just whatever. Just draw it. Just bring that into reality and enjoy it for you. You don't have to share it. It's just for you. And 3, just draw the same thing over and over again that you like. Like if you just like drawing people in cute little dresses, just keep drawing that. Use those as little positivity warm-ups. You're good at those. I can tell you that. That's why you like drawing them, because you're good at those. So I hope that this has been a fun conversation. Comment and tell me what you. I'd like to thank Pear Piano again for their Produce X 101 piano covers used in this video.